Fellas, we are finally back. Good morning. It's an honor to have you. My name's Patrouski. Welcome back to the PokeMMO stream recap. I need to jump into this Alpha Sand Slash fight before I lose it. It's going to despawn here very soon. Need it for the Pokedex as well. But good morning. How are we doing today? Welcome back to the daily PokeMMO streams. I haven't seen you guys in quite a while, okay? We did our stream-a-thon. We streamed for 39 hours in 3 days. I was cooked. That's almost, you know, a week's worth of hours, 40-hour work week in 3 days. I was pretty cooked. I mean, it's more than that if you consider the editing, but who cares? Yada yada, right? I played a lot of PokeMMO. We made a fair bit of progress, but not as much progress as I would have liked because we went so darn dry for the legendary Articuno, which is unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? We are so back today for your daily tips, tricks, information, and just what's happening inside the PokeMMO community. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I have my browser over here. Thank you. I'm Red for the Twitch sub. How are you doing today? We all know about Shiny Wars. I don't need to spend a whole lot of time talking about what's going on with Shiny Wars. We know it's coming. We know it's happening. July 11th, I believe, is the date that it officially starts, which is actually July 10th. Keep in mind, that's actually July 10th at 8 p.m. ET. So keep that on your calendar, July 10th, 8 p.m. ET. All right. Now, we know Shiny Wars is coming. The Super Bowl of Shiny Wars, you know, people care about it a lot, put a lot of hours into it, a lot of passion into it. Sure. However, we didn't know about this. Official PokeMMO Shiny Wars 2025 live leaderboard. This is absolutely massive news. We just got our first ever official leaderboard in PokeMMO history, and it's for Shiny Wars. Something we have talked about, asked about, discussed with the staff members, and they hopefully would pass it on to the PokeMMO devs whenever they could. But it's happened. I can't believe it's just another symptom of so much has changed over the past 1 year. And this is what it looks like. And it's on the official website with their like official font and UI, and it looks gorgeous in my personal opinion. It looks amazing. Shiny Wars 2025, you can scroll down and see all the team names, see the score, and see the place. Now, Shiny Wars starts in about 3 or 4 days or so. It is so crucial to be able to see the stores in live time because how much you play and how motivated you are to play vehemently depends on the score. Last year, not having a live store for Shiny Wars really hurt, in my opinion, the competitive aspect of it because people just had to like go hard and go hard and go hard, and that really demotivates a lot of people but motivates some even more. It's a weird dynamic, right? Knowing what place you're in, you cannot discredit the element of human psychology when it comes to competition. Seeing someone ahead of you drives some people crazy, okay? I'm guilty of that, right? Sometimes you need to see someone ahead of you to be like, what the fuck? Well, now I'm mad. Now I've got to like shiny hunt way harder, way faster, way more efficiently, versus last year just shiny hunting for 2 months straight and then hoping and like trying to hear through the grapevine. Teams were lying about their point totals last year to throw other teams off. Like, there was so much craziness and confusion and wackiness because there was no live leaderboard last year, and now we have a public live leaderboard for Shiny Wars 2025. This is a massive green flag or good sign as well because it means we can possibly do more leaderboards in the future. I've been wanting, you know, shiny leaderboards, total Pokemon encountered, if people want to do Pokeyen, hours played. I've wanted to do like leaderboards in PokeMMO forever, similar to how RuneScape does them, right? Leaderboards that are constantly active at all times are such a massive boon to your active player base, and it's such a good motivator at times. People care about, not everybody, not all players, but a lot of people care about going for leaderboard spots and care about competing for those. So I'm so happy to see this. And once again, we're having so many big first steps in PokeMMO, and the fact that raids are on the way, the second official annual Shiny War is on the way, live leaderboards are here, an official in-game encounter counter is coming. Like, there are so many positive changes that we've been asking for years, and they're happening. That's what's so insane to me. So it's a beautiful time to be a part of the PokeMMO community, and I am so excited to see Shiny Wars, how different the vibe is, how different the competition is this year with an official leaderboard live at all times. That's all I want to talk about today. Thanks for watching. That is a great question, Tallyhack. When is this small update before Shiny Wars? I expected it today. I was also expecting it within the first week of July. I mean, it's possible we still see it today. It'd be cool to see it on stream. They said there would be a small quality of life update before Shiny Wars, aka before July 10th/11th. Hopefully that pushes through soon. Great question. I kind of forgot about that. So there could be an update literally any second in PokeMMO. All right, but continuing on our daily news, tips, tricks, etc., there's a Growlithe catch event upcoming on the 9th of July, Wednesday, 9th of July at 1 p.m. ET, Route 5 Kanto, pretty early on in that storyline run. Plus 5 species bonus for Growlithe is pretty intense. Plus 5 for Vulpix, 0 for Bellsprout, Mankey, Oddish, minus 5 for Meowth, the nature bonuses, plus 10 Adamant, plus 5 Careful, minus 5 for Bashful, And then, as you can see, a shiny Growlithe is up for grabs. Shiny, you could evolve in Shiny Arcanine, of course. Not only is it a shiny Growlithe or shiny Arcanine, but it's a really, really good IV'd one. You know, you can make it 3 times 31, 3 times 28. This is your chance to win a fan favorite shiny Pokemon with amazing IVs. Be there or be square. And then next up, I'm excited for this one personally. Friday the 11th of July, 5 p.m. ET. I love shiny Snubbull. I think it's such an underrated shiny. Shiny Snubbull, Route 34 in Johto. Snubbull's plus 5. Everything else is 0 species bonus. And there's a shiny Snubbull prize. Similar thing. 3 selectable IVs. You could make it a 0. Like if I went into like a Trick Room Grand Bowl, you could do like Brave Nature 0 speed IV. You absolutely can. It's just 3 selectable IVs and 3 times 28 in the other IVs. Plus 1,000 RP, of course, if you are an Iron Man. So I think that is all the main little daily news stuff I wanted to cover. I'm sure there will be plenty of fun stuff that I missed recently along the way. I'm going to go ahead into getting to catching this Pokemon, and I'll see you guys with any more news. Thanks for watching the PokeMMO Stream Recap. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed every day, and subscribe for daily PokeMMO videos. Also, not to poke fun at, because I've critiqued alphas forever, but isn't it a little ironic that, like, I always say alphas are too strong? Isn't it kind of funny that almost my entire 2x31 Pokemon page is all alphas? Like, could you imagine if I wasn't catching alphas, how less good IV Pokemon I would have? Isn't this a little funny? Isn't it like a little like worrisome? Oh, maybe that's hurting our economy. Makes you think. Are Leppas a good investment, or is it already too late for Shiny Wars? I doubt they're a good investment, but I could be wrong. Yeah, they haven't really changed in price much. Leppas are just so mass produced, you can't really move the needle much on them, like quickly. Leppas are usually a very slow moving market. Leppas could be worth anywhere from like 780 Pokeyen to 880-ish. That's like their normal range, maybe 780 to like 900-ish. That's their normal healthy range. There's just so many of them farmed all the time that it's hard. Like it's a gradual market that has changed over time. It's pretty rare we see like a wow, Leppa's spiked up to 1,000 Pokeyen. It almost never happens. The main thing, if you're a normal player not participating in Shiny Wars, you can still make a lot of money off of Shiny Wars. Don't get me wrong. And it comes down to like certain money making methods becoming better, not really investing for Shiny Wars is kind of too late, is the probably way too late, honestly. It starts in 4 days. I would recommend fossil farming and Ditto farming is probably your best way to take advantage of the Shiny War market right now, but even that might even be slowing down. Let's see if this like that might, because people are already prepped for like 4 days from the event. People shouldn't be prepping. You're fucking late if you're doing, like, that's way too late. If you're 4 days from the event, you're in break mode. Every year when I would play Shiny Wars, what I would do, right, is I would go ahead and prep like 1 to 2 weeks, or you start prepping months ahead of Shiny Wars. But you get all of your prep done for Shiny Wars at least 3 days before the event happens, which is about today, because that allows you to take a 3-day break from the games. You can come back refreshed for Shiny War. Something I would do every single video game competition I've ever played, Shiny Wars, RuneScape events, anything I've ever done, I would always make sure I could take a 3-day break before the event actually starts. So I think if you're like, it's a little too late, I would wait until Shiny Wars begins, and there might be a lot more panic, and then you could start selling fossils, selling Dittos after the first like week or so, after people go through their first batch of eggs, go through their first batch of popping fossils, right? Once people are good right now, but people are going to need to refill later into the event, you know? I think that's super, super important. Yeah, looking as well, people are looking for, in Shiny Wars, exclusive Ditto dealers. If you're a constant Ditto farmer, if you farm Dittos constantly, like every day or, you know, very, very often, try to talk to some of the higher end Shiny War players and teams, and they are willing to like pay you more to only sell Dittos to them, to purposefully not sell Dittos to the other teams, which is kind of crazy. It's like some mafia level shit happening in Shiny War, but that's the beauty of competition, man. That's how it goes. Yeah, someone in chat says, just Andy, even though you're not taking part in Shiny Wars, will you be reporting on the progress of the teams? Yes, I would love to. I'm going to try my best. I can't promise that I'll be able to report on like every Shiny. That won't happen. There's just way too many. But I'll try to do like daily recaps in my stream recaps of how Shiny Wars is going. And with the Shiny leaderboard, that's going to be easier than ever now. And I'll try to show off like certain recordings or clips of people getting like super rare, amazing Shinies. Obviously, like I have, you know, my Team Mr. Friend, so we'll see if I can, what I can do there. I want people to be, it's beautiful to be invested in Shiny Wars. It's like rooting for a sports team. Like, I'm a big Baltimore Ravens fan. It's like rooting for a sports team when it comes to Shiny Wars. So I'm rooting for the A team in Team Mr. Excited to see how it goes, man. Excited to see. I like to, one of my favorite parts of Shiny Wars, this was true with Fantasy HP as well. This was what I did in Fantasy HP. I made, you know, made a small name for myself in a niche skilling community, but I made a small name for myself in this niche community because of RuneScape competitions. Nobody knew who I was, and then someone drafted me 6th round, which is like almost the last round, in a tournament, and then I was like the top 3 best player in that tournament. And it was like, holy shit, this guy came out of nowhere. And that was like one of my favorite feelings in video game history, you know? So I'd love to see other people make a name for themselves, have that chance in these kind of, like, it gives people an opportunity. Having Shiny Wars, having these big events in PokeMMO that are game-wide, not just clan-wide, lets people put their name on the map. And it's really fucking, it's a beautiful experience that everybody should have, that I was lucky to have in the RuneScape community, you know? Why can you not right-click and see other people's character card? I feel like it'd be cool to see their achievements, and maybe if they could write a little bio or have their top 6 favorite Pokemon. It shouldn't be that hard to implement. I have no idea. I'm not a dev. That's something that the players have asked about for a really long time, is the ability to see someone's trainer card. And if someone wants to keep it private, like their hours played, there's certain information like that actually is used to hack people's accounts. That was a big thing in RuneScape, right? If it's like a recovery question or certain things, so not everybody wants to share that information, which is fair. But I think being able to turn it on in the settings would be amazing. I would love to be able to right-click someone's character, bring up their trainer cards, see their hours played, their also Pokeyens, I don't know if like hack targets, right? So like Pokeyen, maybe there's 6 favorite Pokemon, like maybe like their shiny count, like total shinies on account, like we're getting closer and closer. We just got live leaderboards for Shiny Wars. I'm hoping this could push the needle towards other visual achievements for that in PokeMMO. People put so much time and passion into this game. They should be able to show off a little bit. And not that they like need that affirmation, but it's just nice. It's nice to also, it's not even like a show off thing, but like appreciate other people's accomplishments. I think we always use the word like flex or show off, but as a shiny hunter, and as I know someone who like, when I know how much time it takes to do something, I just like seeing what other people have done with their time, you know? The same way that I like viewing, I love like looking at other people's like Magic the Gathering collections is a great example, right? That's not them flexing or showing. It's me like interested in the card history and what a little insight into what cards they like and the shiny, like for example, the shinies they like, the Pokemon they like. It gives a little insight into their personality. I would love to see something like that. We could right click someone's name and bring up their trainer card. It's a no-brainer. I think a lot of us have asked for it for a long time. I assume it just comes down to development time and resources, as most things do. Okay, I need to do one more gym in the next 2 minutes, 20 seconds to be able to make enough yen here to break the over-under on the Twitch Gamba bet. I'm trying to lock in, chat. Olivine City, here we come. I think I need to heal up. No, I can dodge it. No. I'm going to try not to. Olivine Gym. It's the Steel Gym. It's right here. You head up. Oh, the long walk. This is going to be very, very, very close. I need to try to get this gym done. And I don't know if I can. It's going to be really close. This Rapidash better not be Flash Fire. No shot. No way. I don't believe you. She can have a Flash Fire, Mon? What? I did not plan for that. We go into... No! It's so fucked. That's so sad. I actually trolled the believers, dude. I'm so bad. Oh, that's so sad. People told me to go to Olivine. I said, is Olivine a good fast gym to go to? So, you know what? The believers. So, if you don't know, I do this thing every so often on a Twitch stream where we do basically fake bets on, you know, little dumb things like, will I get over 250,000 Pokeyen in this gym run? We did it today, and I was so close. I started at 1,309,000. So I just needed to make like 9K more. If I just did one more gym, or dude, look how close this is going to be as well. Let's see if this counts. If this gives me the, oh no, it's gonna be so close. I think we lost it, boys. That does not count. It was off charm. I missed it by literally seconds. And that's the fun of the Gamba. It was very, very close, but unfortunately the doubters are victorious today. The doubters win. You hate to see it. That was literally seconds. I would have gotten enough. That was so close. It's crazy dumb stuff like simple gym runs, how much worse I do on stream. The other day, I did a 268K hour off stream, the highest hour I've ever done by far. This stream, I couldn't even do 250, you know? Like, it's crazy how much more you can weave in when you can full focus. That's just how it is. GG's. Unfortunately, a W for the doubters. I've had this question a ton recently. I'm going to keep giving the same answer. People keep about what's a good investment for 2 to 4 months of holding. Right now, in my opinion, nothing. Right now, do not buy investments. Now, this is my personal opinion, not financial advice. I could very well be wrong. Please feel free to disagree, please. And then please make your own financial decisions with your own risk and don't blame me, right? So, I do not recommend investing right now. Right now is the selling time. You don't want to invest in stuff right now. It's probably going to go down a little bit upcoming with the event seasons. Whenever events come out, people sell their old investments at a panic. Don't be that person. Sell slowly now. People panic sell a lot of their old investments to be able to afford the new shiny thing, right? Don't do that. Don't be that person who panic sells old investments when events drop. If anything, it's a good time to buy old investments when new events drop, and obviously the new investments as well. So wait until events come out. The Halloween event is going to be in like 3 months or so. I know it sounds like a long time, but if that's a lot, like, when it comes to investments, it's a really short time. So if you can't wait that long to make investments, you probably shouldn't make investments. I strongly recommend just waiting, like holding any sort of mysterious ball. Once it reaches its bottom out price for 2 to 4 months, you're probably going to make insane profit. I've been showing off a ton. I've made 70 to 80 mil on my mysterious ball investments from only the Lunar New Year event back in February over the past like 4 months or so. So I made like 75 mil in 4 months investing in mysterious balls and during the last Lunar New Year event. So please just wait, be patient, play it smart. Investments are a very long-term thing. You ask for investments that last 2 to 4 months. I wouldn't recommend investing if you only have that much time, even though you can make good investments with that. If you aren't willing to hold an investment in Pokemon for at least 2 years, I don't generally recommend you invest. It's a long-term thing. It can pay out sooner than that, but that's like a major positive rather than the expectation, right? But I don't recommend investing in things, except for like raid Pokemon. If you want to like buy Pokemon, good IV Mons, raid Mons, you know, get your raid Mons and good IV Mons right now. Absolutely, yes. But don't buy like item investments right now, in my personal opinion. That's a good question. What's the highest price you've seen Leppas at? I've seen Leppas in the past in Pokemon. I don't know how many years ago this was, to be fair. I've seen Leppas up to like 1,200. That was like now they haven't been there in a very long time, but I want to say at least 8 years ago, maybe 6 or plus. So like they used to be 1,200. Maybe even 1,500 at times, but like I would say 1,200 I for sure remember. Like they used to be more expensive. Leppas have gotten cheaper over the years, so it's something to appreciate. Not that it's, you know, it's just something to appreciate, you know, as a newer Pokemon player. They've actually gotten cheaper, which is awesome. It's good. Yo, shout out to fucking Pseudo in chat for getting this made. The shiny war propaganda is beginning, fellas. That's how you know it's a real wartime, okay? We got PokeMMO Uncle Sam. I need you to farm Dittos for the PokeMMO Shiny War, dude. What an era to be in, dude. Holy man. The propaganda begins. Dude, I love this era of Pokemon. Dude, Shiny War, not only is Shiny War hard work, passion, shunters, you know, etc. It's also drama, propaganda, memes. There's a lot of social elements when it comes to a literal in-game war. So support Shiny Wars, plant more Leppas, dude. There it is, man. More propaganda being spread. Hey, you know what? A few weeks ago on a stream recap, I hopped over to my main account and sold a few listed a few investments. Let's go see how they're doing. My fear is, because I've been giving people the good financial, or hopefully good financial, quote unquote, advice of not buying investments, I'm probably hurting my own, you know, sales towards those investments. But let's go see. I want to hop over to the main account essentially and see how have my investments, how have my sales done? I'm at 36 million Pokeyen right now. Let's go see. The Lucky Reds fully sold. Mysterious Dust Balls fully sold. Have some things. So we've sold 2 million Mysterious Great Ball 2023s, 1.5 million Anniversary Chests. So a lot of those have sold. Unsold is only 82, 19 for these. Okay, so a lot of other stuff did actually sell quite well as well. Are these done? No, they're actively listed still. Okay, beautiful. I do need to relist a lot of this, like my shiny Ponytail. This is on the main account, not the Iron Man. So if you see me do GTL stuff, don't panic. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and collect this, boys. Or should I let it stack? You know what? I'm not playing the main account. There's not really a reason to collect it. Let's just let it stack, right? Why would you not let it, you know? I'm gonna relist this for 200k less than what was at. Let's go relist a few things. We could relist this Ninetales I get. Well, raids are coming up. I could honestly wait on this one. Raids are coming up. Just quick relisting a few things. Any other big value targets? I think that's mostly it. Yeah. So we're going to let this stuff simmer. We're going to keep this stack. We have 10 mil basically reserved there. Should I sell more? So I didn't sell like my entire Lucky Red stack. I still have 600, as you can see. Like, that's how are those doing? I think I bought them for 40 something K and now they're 73-ish. Look at envelope. Now they're also down a little bit to 70. I sold mine for 73k a piece. Now they're actually, wow, a lot or more being listed. 70, there's like hundreds here for 71. So I sold right at the right time. Okay. I'm going to call that a win then and just hold on to the rest. That is beautiful little check-in on the main account. Breloom or Parasect, who's better? The reality is Breloom's a better catching Pokemon, but Parasect has the damp ability. So you could have a damp Parasect with hidden ability, right? The reality is that endgame PokeMMO, you want one of each. At least one of each. You want one catching Breloom with Poison Heal, False Swipe, Toxic Orb, etc., etc. One Smeargle with Soak, Spore, False Swipe, maybe Sweet Scent. The fourth move is very option. You can do a lot of things with the fourth move. And then you also want a Damp Parasect for Explosion Mon. So you really want Damp Parasect, Breloom, Smeargle. You want one of each at endgame PokeMMO. I need to do an updated video on like utility Pokemon. That is one like guide that I don't think I've done enough on in videos, so I'd love to touch that more at some point. All right, it is time for either your favorite or least favorite part of the stream recap. It is time for the Movietrouski takes. If this is not your cup of tea, I totally get it. Feel free to skip with the timestamps, but these are my opinions, my personal takes on some movies that I've watched recently. I've been really into movies. I've been watching a lot of movies. I'm not a movie guy by any means. I just like watching movies. I don't know a whole lot about movies. I just enjoy them. That's it. I use Letterboxd to track all the movies that I've watched and give all my ratings. So if you want to follow me on Letterboxd to see what movies I've been watching, I love seeing other people's movie recommendations. I love adding stuff to my watch list. There's so many amazing pieces of media out there to watch, and it's been cool to really put a little bit more effort and care about watching them. So let's jump into it. I finally watched, I didn't even finish it. I finally watched part of the Tomb Raider movie. I've wanted to watch this movie forever, okay? I've wanted to watch it for a very, very long time. It has Angelina Jolie, I believe, as the lead. This movie is, maybe it's my Zoomer brain, so boring and nothing. It's so bad. I grew up playing a little bit of Tomb Raider, not a whole lot, but a little bit of Tomb Raider was a little too hard for me growing up. This movie is, I gave it a one-line review, which I almost never do. Unwatchable. I gave it a half star, which is a 1 out of 10, and moved on. Do not watch Tomb Raider. I mean, maybe you should to watch it to see for yourself if you're not missing something. Man, that is terrible. There's like a 2018 or newer Tomb Raider movie that I'd love to give a chance. Yes, absolutely. Next up, I saw F1, the F1 movie with Brad Pitt in theaters. This movie is really weird, actually. It has really high highs. Almost all of the racetrack scenes are like amazing. The camera work, the audio, the dialogue, the sound layering, the insane shot. Every single shot, every single scene where they're in a race is like a 5 out of 5. Like, I actually almost feel like if the movie was just the racing scenes, it would be like a 10 out of 10 perfect movie. But there's so many other weird sections that bring it down. All the dialogue, there's a lot of weird songs that play. My wife didn't notice it, but I talked about, we saw this in theaters. There's some songs that play that sound like copyright free, like they're just like the most unfitting song for the dialogue that's happening. And apparently some people agree with that take. My wife didn't notice it, but apparently some people agree with that, and there was some other people critiquing that on it, which is cool to see. It's cool to be heard. Like, I was the only one who noticed that, which is nice. A lot of the conversation scenes just lacked any sorts of intensity and seriousness. All of the racetrack scenes were so serious, and then all the dialogue scenes were goofy. That's the best way to describe F1. If you like F1 and you like racing, I feel like you would like this movie, but I don't know shit about F1. I don't know shit about racing. It's cool to like. I really liked Rush with who is that? Chris, not Pine, Hemsworth, the Thor. Yeah, Rush is great. I recommend Rush. Great, a much better movie than this in my opinion. But once again, this movie is worth watching. I would say maybe not in theaters. Maybe it is. I think this movie might be worth watching in theaters, even though I gave it a 3.5. It's like 3.5. It's a 7 out of 10. It's still a good rating. It's just so fun, and the racing scenes are so good. I think it's still worth watching. This was, to be fair, one of the worst. Me and my wife have a movie pass at our local theater, so we go and see like a bunch of movies at theaters every single month for one flat price, which is awesome. This was the first time, for some reason, the F1 fans are fucking terrible. Oh my god. This was the first movie we have seen in theaters where the audience was horrible. People were talking throughout the entire movie, and not just one, like 4 or 5 different groups of people were talking through the entire movie. There was a kid, he was a kid, so I don't blame him as much. There was a kid who was like slamming his legs on the chair. His parents probably should have asked him, but like kids. It's a 2.5 hour movie. Kids get antsy. It's something to note, but I'm not going to be mad at him. That's a little silly, right? But holy fuck, dude. The people talking was insane. And then, one girl was fucking hitting the Benjamin, bro. She must have been in Blinkerton, I guess, bro. She fucking clapped. Not at the end of the movie. Not at the end. When they crossed the finish line in a race, she was the only person in the theater who started clapping. I lost my mind. It ruined the entire sound design of the most important climax of in the movie. They cut the sound during like the final big race when it goes silent. And this fucking woman, I was about to fucking tweak out. She literally ruined the sound design at the most important climax part of the movie. So that was insane. This was the worst theater experience I've had, unfortunately, and that might have affected my review of the movie. Worth saying. Still a really fun movie. F1 feels like a very high quality fun movie. It's not gonna teach you anything, in my opinion, to like maybe basic stuff, but it's good. It's good. It's fun. Whatever, right? It's funny that F1 is like a very serious movie. Gets a 3.5, which is a 7 out of 10, and Megan 2 gets a 6 out of 10 or a 3. I'm a Megan supporter, man. Megan 1, you have to know what you're getting into, okay? If someone tells you, hey, do you want to go watch a horror movie with me? And it's like Megan 1 or Megan 2, you need to tell them, shut the fuck up. It's a comedy. What are you talking? Megan 1 and 2 are like satire, dumb. They are good. They are like the perfect examples of good, bad movies, if that makes sense. Megan 1 and Megan 2 are very fun. I really like them. They're just fun, dumb, good movies. But if you go into it expecting a horror movie, you're gonna be like cooked. Like, I have a horror movie expert friend who like and was like really not into Megan, which makes sense. He had a different objective, a different goal going into the movie. You have to expect the stupidest movie imaginable when watching Megan 2. There's a line. This isn't the trailer, so not a spoiler. In Megan 2, it's a good bad movie. My wife and all of my friends were like, no, that's not a good bad movie. That's just a good movie. And I was like, I love you all very much. There's a line in that movie where the main character says, hold on to your vaginas. I don't think it's possible to have a good movie that has that dialogue. It's a good bad movie, and that's okay. Arguing it's a good movie is kind of crazy. I respect it. Live your truth. What a goated line. It's something. It's a good bad movie, okay? Megan 2 is very fun and stupid. It's like Dumb and Dumber.
Think of Megan 2 as Dumb and Dumber, okay? Good, bad movie. I think it's worth the watch. Probably not in theaters. I would not recommend watching Megan 1 or 2 in theaters. I'd watch them at home with friends, have some wine. Perfect wine with friends movie at home. That's what Megan's about. The Dictator, Sacha Baron Cohen, the Borat King, Borat 1 and 2. I think Borat 1 and 2. I think Borat 2 is better than Borat 1. I love both of them so much. The Dictator is solid. It's same vein, very similar thing. I don't think it's as good as Borat, but very, very good. It's a 3. The worst thing is Sacha Baron Cohen's just funny. The worst thing you're ever gonna have if you watch any Sacha Baron Cohen movie. I don't know, to be fair, maybe not Bruno. I have to rewatch Bruno. That one may not be good, but I have to. It's been a long time. The worst case scenario, you're going to walk out of with at least a few laughs, and usually he's like so absurdist where like even if the movie is terrible, you'll at least have like 2, maybe 3 like out loud bursts of laughter, which is pretty impressive. So I think The Dictator is good. I gave it a 3 out of 5, 6 out of 10. I think it's worth the watch. 2012-ish older movie. Has sadly aged extremely well, is what I'll say. It has aged maybe better than ever. It's very good. All right, I feel like this is where I'm gonna go ahead and call it today, fellas. Unfortunately, no legendary still, not a ton of encounters on the Iron Man account, but I had so much fun today. I'm so excited to be back to streaming. Took a nice long break. There's nothing like a nice break to make you always appreciate, you know, what you do every day, and I fucking love streaming. I'm happy to be here. Hope you guys are enjoying PokeMMO. If whatever grinds you're on, let me know in the comments what grinds you're currently working on, whether you're EV training, XP training, working on a Pokemon shiny hunting, preparing for events, investments, raids, etc. Dark Riot Orb coming up, possibly coming back, so hopefully we'll see that. Like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Dislike if not. As always, subscribe to the channel for daily Pokemon videos every single day. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. And if you want to go above and beyond and support my content, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, PayPal/Venmo donations, and then HelloFresh. Get 50% off your first order, and it supports me, and you get awesome food. It's a win-win-win. Link is in the description. But other than that, man, I'm just happy to be back, happy to be playing Pokemon every single day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Peace, Reno, fellas. Yo, what's up? Patrouski here, and I wanted to take this time to say thank you to everyone who goes above and beyond and supports my channel. Your names are all listed here. You make it possible for me to make helpful and mildly entertaining content for the game that I love and make it available for free for everyone to enjoy. Thank you so much for allowing me to even be here.